these. They use one of these now.
If you push this,
I don't know.
you might show mine. Yes.
No, it's a lot of trash.
Push here, and it turns your mic off.
Oh.
Wow, it's okay, thank you. All right, good afternoon. Let us all stand and for the invocation by Deacon Stan Sluter. Deacon Sluter.
Please join me as we pray. God of wisdom and peace, we give you thanks for this community of Atchison and for the privilege of serving for the common good. Grant to these leaders and all who serve here today a spirit of humility, attentive listening, and prudent judgment. Help us all to seek first what is just, to listen to one another with respect, and to place the needs of our community above our own. May our words be measured, our decisions thoughtful, and our work marked by stewardship, cooperation, and care for all. Bless the work of this commission and these commissioners, that it may strengthen trust, foster peace, and promote the flourishing of our entire community. We ask all of this in a spirit of gratitude and service. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, I will now call our meeting to order. All right, Tina, if you could please call the roll.
Mayor Young.
Present.
Vice Mayor Wilcox.
Present.
Commissioner Greenlee.
Present.
Commissioner Murphy.
Present.
Commissioner Slattery.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, we will now open for a public forum. Persons who wish to address the City Commission regarding items that are not on the agenda may do so at this time when called upon by the mayor. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Again, speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should give their name and address when addressing the commission. Any presentation is for information purposes only. Any and all written communication should be deposited with the city clerk. I will open the public forum now. All right. Seeing as though we do not have anyone for the public forum, I will close the public forum at 4:31 p.m. All right, thank you. And we will have our consent agenda by Mr. Clinton McNamee. Mr. McNamee.
All right. Good afternoon.
Good
Looks like we have 6 items on the consent agenda. Number 1 being approval of the minutes of the January 5th, 2026 City Commission meeting. Number 2, approve the occupational license for Rainey's Arcade. Number 3, authorize city staff to submit the proposed airport capital improvement plan to the Federal Aviation Administration. And number 4, authorize staff to pay Banner Fire Equipment $39,453 for the purchase of 10 sets of firefighting personal protective equipment, of which that is in ERP. The staff got a grant of $13,453, which brings it down to less than the budgeted amount that was in ERP. Number 5, approve the 2026 workers' compensation insurance with Kansas Municipal Insurance Trust, or KMIT. Looks like the quote for 2026, $141,977, which is about 15% down from last year. And number 6, approve the change order amount of $5,910 for ASC pumping equipment to complete the installation of the South Tower booster pump at the water treatment plant.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. McNamee? I'd just like to highlight that, again, with the K-Mint, which is our workers' compensation insurance, that was down, did you say 15%, Mr. McNamee?
That is what Reagan's memo indicated.
Okay,
yes.
all right, very good, very good. All right, thank you for ensuring that we are a percentage down on that, 15% to be correct. All right, if there are no other questions or concerns, I will entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as printed.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that the consent agenda will be accepted as read. All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, new business. Resolution 3434, Administrative Hearing Officer, which will be presented by Mr. McNamee again, or, oh, Chief, wonderful, Chief. Wonderful.
Administrative Hearings Officer is it's mostly involves Curtis Wheeler's code enforcement. So if he writes a violation to someone, they want a hearing on it, they'll schedule that. And I've been the Administrative Hearings Officer for the last 5 years. And I think before that was Chief Wilson. So this is just kind of moving that position around the city. Currently, David Downing, Captain Downing, is going to take that role next off. So, yeah, there's not much to present there. Happy to answer any questions about that.
Okay, I don't have any questions. Gentlemen, do you have any questions or concerns?
I move we adopt this ordinance 6728.
Resolution 3434?
What I got to?
You're on the next page. That's
Oh,
okay.
that's right.
Yeah, it's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
That's okay.
We could adopt it too, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I move we adopt resolution number 3434.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, it's been moved and properly seconded that we adopt resolution number 3434, a resolution designated David Downing as Administrative Hearings Officer for the City of Atchison, Kansas, for a term of 2 years. All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations to Captain Downing. All right, number 2, ordinance number 6728, rezone of 1410 North First Street. Mr. McNamee.
All right. So Benedictine College purchased the residence at 1410 North First with the intention of renovating it into office space. This is located at the corner of First and Harper, just west of the baseball field, just less than a couple hundred feet from home plate. So the proposed ordinance would bring the property into BC's Planned Development District. Right now, it's currently zoned single-family residential. The Planning Commission held a public hearing earlier this month with notifications sent out to nearby property owners, none of which had expressed direct opposition to the rezone. Any questions that they might have had at the hearing, sounds like it was addressed by staff and by representatives from Benedictine. The representative from BC did add that the employees and visitors of the 1410 North First office site would only be permitted to park in the driveway and/or on campus. The Planning Commission voted in favor of rezoning, with the stipulation that no additional side or front yard or street parking be permitted. And then just a note on the Mark's action report just said if the city commission wants to override the recommendation of the Planning Commission, it has to do so with at least 4 votes. Do that. The recommended action, though, is to adopt ordinance number 6728, rezoning 1410 North First Street from R1 to planned development.
Okay, all right, thank you. And I understand, was that the vote in the Planning Commission was a definite?
It was 5 to 0.
Was it 5 to 0? Okay.
2
Two
commissioners were
people were
not
gone.
present.
Oh, okay, okay, all right, very
So
good.
once again, I'd move that we adopt ordinance 6728.
Okay, it's been properly moved that we adopt ordinance number 6728. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right. It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 6728, an ordinance amending Article 1, zoning and subdivision regulations of the city of Atchison, Kansas, thereby rezoning land at 1410 North First Street as PD Plan Development and revising, the zoning map of the city of Atchison, Kansas, and repealing any amendments that are not in compliance with the revised zoning map for the city of Atchison, Kansas. Any discussion? All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, next item is the purchase of one new rear loader solid waste collection truck. Yes, Mr. McNamee.
Or easier said, trash truck.
Okay.
So yeah, the proposed trash truck is included in the equipment replacement plan this year as a routine replacement with a budget of $235,000. We keep 2 rear loader trucks in service. One's within a year to 8 years old, the other one's 8 years to 16 years old usually. And we replace the older one, but then we move the new one into a primary role. What becomes the older one becomes a secondary truck. And so the outgoing truck that we would be most likely to auction off on Purple Wave, like we do most of our equipment, would be a 2009 International with a New Way Packer, no, a Packmore Packer body. And I looked those up. Recent online auctions are going for $20,000 to $22,000 for that style of truck, that age of truck. And we received 4 bids from 2 different vendors. So each vendor has their own Packer body, and they both bid us International and Freightliner chassis. And the recommended setup is from Elliott Equipment. It's a 2026 Freightliner with a New Way Packer. This would match the one that we bought back in 2018, and the same chassis that we have on our automated side loaders now. One of the best benefits to this, it's not the cheapest. There's one that's slightly cheaper than that, but it's a different chassis and than we currently have in most of our fleet. And also, the Freightliners are ready to go. They put a lead time of less than 30 days since they have a couple of them sitting on their lot. Otherwise, we're out probably a lot longer than that. But yeah, just the amount was $210,750 from Elliott, and that is what I'm requesting authorization to buy.
Okay. All right, any questions for Mr. McNamee?
How many trucks do we have in service at a time? We have 2 of these, and how many of the other
We have
side loaders?
technically we keep 3 side loaders. 2 of them are being used every day. One of them is a backup for when one of those goes down, because that's a major hit to us when we don't have that side loader going. And then we have 2 rear loaders that are used most days of the week, one of which being the primary one that they use most of the time, and then the other one is kind of a secondary use / backup, especially when we have double up days for making up holidays and stuff. A lot of times we get all the trucks going in order to be able to accomplish that in a timely manner.
Is this a rear loader or a side?
This is a rear loader. It's the old style.
Right,
So were any reasons given, other than everything has gone up in price, why this would have been almost a 50% increase since the last one we purchased?
I think no specific reason other than that's just the trend on everything, it seems like.
Trend, but 50% is a little.
I will say that the prices were pretty consistent from 2 different vendors, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's the going rate these days.
all right.
Call me back later.
Any other questions or concerns? Okay. If not, I'll entertain a motion to authorize city staff to order a 2026 Freightliner trash truck with a New Way Packer in the amount of $210,750 from Elliott Equipment.
That makes such a motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second it.
Okay, all those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. Next, again, Mr. McNamee, pipe coating water treatment plant.
All right, the proposed project was included in the CIP for this year following a recommendation from the EPA from an inspection that they conducted about a year ago. This would basically put epoxy coating on two areas of, one we call the filter pipe gallery, and the other is what we call the sub-basement. There's a photo on page 56 of the packet that kind of shows you the areas that we're looking at. The budget included this for $75,000. We got two proposals of quite a difference in price, but there's also quite a difference in the methodology that the two companies proposed. The one that we're recommending is the lower cost proposal, and it is the one that I'm told from staff that is more commonly utilized at other water plants and things. Basically, it's cleaning the pipe, spot treating rust, spot priming, and then 100% epoxy coating, and hoping to get as much time out of that as we can. Online research indicates possibly up to 20 years before needing a recoat. We've done some changes to the ventilation system in the filter pipe gallery that I hope will extend the life of that coating, since there'll be less moisture. And that company that had the lower cost proposal is Genesis Industrial Coating. Proposal amount $62,968, and then I'd ask for $2,000 in change order authority to go along with that.
I was wondering, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but why can't we do that ourselves? It's just a matter of power washing the pipe and chipping off the bad part and painting it, right, for $62,000. We could hire somebody for a whole year to do it.
Yeah,
Have you looked into that, or?
I have not looked into that, though the amount of pipe that's there, I know that the pictures probably don't do it justice, but our water plant staff is set at a level that we don't have a lot of bandwidth to take on projects like this. It's running the plant, troubleshooting other things, dealing with contract, it would have to be another city department probably coming in to do that, I would imagine. And we do have plenty of other, this would come at the cost of some other thing that another department's working on. And I also hesitate to, I know it's easy to say pressure wash, wire brush some rust and start painting, but I suppose that's probably a little oversimplified of what this company that's a coatings company would come in and do.
That's kind of what the bid said, though. I mean, it said they were going to power wash it and scrape it, apply paint.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of money to paint some pipe.
I don't disagree with that. It seems like a lot of money. So did the trash. So does everything that we do anymore. It seems like, but
Well, I mean, the only thing there, Mike, is that if you're going to pay someone else, you're assuming you're going to pay them a lot less, I guess.
I'm assuming we'd pay them about half or a third less, yeah.
But
$62,000, you can do a lot of painting, is what I'm saying.
A lot of
But they've
scraping, a lot of
maybe they've
painting.
looked into it, and that's the best we can do. I don't know, but it's just
the trade-off there is you have somebody who does it professionally.
putting paint on.
Removing rust. Okay, any other?
Press it in.
How many linear feet of this pipe?
It says it in that bid. It's on that paper, how many linear feet. That much, I didn't.
Do we know that,
yeah, it's not jumping out at me.
okay.
Yeah.
And I don't think linear feet tells the whole story.
Okay.
It's a lot of nooks and crannies,
Yeah.
especially in the filter pipe gallery.
Okay.
I will note, just so you know, that second picture, on page 56 is, they call it the sub-basement, but that is the location of where the south booster pump that we had to replace those valves in order to get that south booster pump fixed. That's that location that we've talked about 2 or 3 times over the last year, so.
I see a ladder in the corner of that picture there. Is this down in the, you gotta climb down that ladder with your equipment to get to this area?
No, there's a stairway.
All right. Any other questions? This is something that must be done, though. Is that correct, Clinton?
It should be done, and it was recommended, not necessarily required by the EPA.
Recommended by the EPA?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so.
They did a
something that-
routine site inspection last, I want to say it was January, maybe December of '24, and I can't remember exact date.
Okay,
But that was listed among their
okay.
recommended categories. And this is something that's been talked about for a number of years, from what I understand from staff.
Okay, okay.
Well, the other
All right.
company was even higher bid,
Yeah, it was. so-
quite a bit higher.
It was,
$100,000.
yeah, absolutely. All right, and you're satisfied with this particular company, with the bids being so far apart?
It's the difference in how they proposed to do it. So the other company that was 160-some thousand, they were proposing sandblasting everything down to bare metal and then doing the epoxy coating,
Okay,
which may be more thorough, but it's, from what I understand, it's not the standard that other water plants utilize. And so, and I don't know that the epoxy, it's hard to say what it's going to perform like in 10 to 20 years. Is it going to be that much better with the sandblasting? Is it going to be over 3 times or almost 3 times better with the sandblasting for, that's,
Yeah.
so we're going with what seems to be the more common route for this type of work.
okay, all right. Any other questions? If not, I would entertain a motion. I'll move that we authorize city staff to hire Genesis Industrial Coatings to apply protective epoxy coating to the piping as described at the water treatment plant in the amount of $62,968, including a change order authority of $2,000. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor?
just have
Oh,
one question.
yes.
I never did find out how many linear feet.
I think that was something
I just read the whole
that
thing. It's
not in there.
I'm not sure it's in there. I remember from when I met with Mark that it is an extensive amount, and it's
Yeah.
certainly farther than what we are seeing on the pictures.
I think it was in the higher bid mentioned it.
No, I just read the whole thing, and
Did you? Maybe I was thinking of it, they priced it per foot or so, or to give us a time, say just something per foot.
They did talk about it, what the price was. I saw that on there.
They did what now?
They spoke about what their bid price was based on.
Per foot? Is that what it was?
Linear foot.
Yeah.
But I don't think they said,
There's some mention on the Genesis bid about how many linear feet per hour they can.
yeah.
Yeah,
they
Is
can
that
go.
what it was?
yeah.
but that wasn't how many feet.
No, it didn't, I didn't. see it.
Yeah.
It's on page 52. It's where they
We
talk
might note
about-
also that this is $12,000 less than the budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
Budget is $75,000.
And we're under budget.
Will we have an inspector on that? A city employee?
It'll be supervised by the plant staff.
Well, if somebody says, paint this, and that's basically what we're doing, is just repainting it. Gotta know how many linear feet you're painting. I don't think it's out of the norm.
It isn't, but I'm sure that we can get that number at a later time. But I think
Yeah.
at least what I'm hearing from Clinton is that it's something that needs to be done. It was also recommended by EPA amongst a lot of their recommendations for us.
And I'm not saying we shouldn't do it,
Right.
but I think we ought to know how much we get.
I agree, but I think that we
Well, I
can
mean,
certainly
once we
find that out.
approve this, they might go in and paint 12 feet? We don't know.
Well,
I
it's
doubt they're
gotta-
gonna
that's
do
got to be in the
that.
contract, though, right?
It's in the contract.
Okay, but we're the one authorizing the expense.
We are.
We should know how many
There-
feet, we
I
should
will-
know how many feet we're doing.
There's a beginning and an end to both locations, so there's not going to be a point where they stop painting or coating visible pipe. It goes into concrete wall, there's endpoints. So it's not some portion of that, it's all of that.
I mean, I agree, it needs to be done, I'm not opposed to doing it, I'm not opposed to the amount of money. But I can't imagine us not wanting to know how many feet we're painting.
Really, and
It should be in here, but we cannot find it at this point. Clinton, do you have an approximate? No?
No, it's just to coat the complete project I'm sure they calculated that up, the contract in order to do the quote, but it's not something that we
Okay.
bid like that.
Okay, I see on page 52, it says this bid is based off 5 linear foot per hour, which is what you had mentioned before, and this bid is also based off of 2 flanges per hour. So aside from that, Commissioner Murphy, I don't know that we can get an exact,
Well, okay. I don't know very many people who would pay themselves to do anything, whether it be paint a wall or paint a pipe, they didn't say how much if they're gonna sit here and, we get half of it done, and we don't have anything in our bid that says they're gonna do this many.
I think what Clinton said is that there is definitely a starting and an end point.
Is this company bonded?
page is that?
52.
Okay.
They're
What
a
paragraph?
reputable company that does work like this for other water plants.
Yeah, I
Is the pipe gallery. So that, I think that's how they are identifying it.
Everything.
Is what I'm seeing.
All right, any further questions?
It may be really expensive to paint too, that's another possibility. Okay.
All right,
let's go.
if not, all right. All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. All right, that was our last item on our new business, communications. Mr. McNamee.
Looks like we have one item. League of Kansas Municipalities City Leaders Academy is April 17th in Salina.
All right, very good. Informational items?
4 items there, one of which being December 2025 financials. And then, looks like we have in the audience tonight, Jill with the Chamber and Travis with the event, or the Theater of Atchison Event Center
Okay.
for their financials. If they want to make any kind of presentation, I'll let
Okay.
them decide that. And then after that, I'll do the update.
Okay, all right. Ms. Thorne, would you like to address the commission? Thank you.
All right, we finished 2025. It was kind of a rough year with being short-staffed, but we made it happen. The chamber wrapped up with 39 new members in 2025. I know that was a concern at the beginning of the year, our member numbers, but they are up. We rolled out our new website. In 2025, Muddy River Music Festival made money. In the spirit of Christmas, we moved it down to Memorial Hall this year, which allowed us to do a new event, the Cookie Crawl, which our goal was 60. We sold 58 cookie boxes, so we're calling that a win. And the parade was well attended. So in 2026, we are heading into that year fully staffed, and I could not be more excited. I just returned from Tucson, Arizona from my first week of IOM training with the U.S. Chamber. It was amazing training. We are now utilizing our software for social media, so it actually analyzes all of our content for us, and it will say you need to post more reels on Tuesdays, or something along that, whatever we need to do differently to get more engagement and more followers. We are adding 2 new events in the 2026, and that ties in with the FIFA calendar. I'm working with Bill down at the hotels to create a package through the Holiday Inn and Quality Inn where we provide the shuttle service for those who are staying because of FIFA. And we're working out the back end and the odds and ends of that. We started a shuttle service for Benedictine students this Christmas break. I noticed that it was a huge topic on the Benedictine parents page. So moving forward, I'm working with their admissions office to start kind of promoting that to their parents. We do it fully complimentary with our partnership with Benedictine. So we'll be doing it again in March for spring break, and then in May. May, I think it might be a little bit of a, I don't know, we'll see how May goes with all of the luggage. And as promised, I've been working on conferences and associations. We have the 2 booked in October, and of course the museum one, which Mindy at the Hanger Museum was vital in. That one is coming in November. We have a plan for workforce development that we're working with our area high schools for education to try to stop leaking our workforce into other surrounding communities. On Main Street, we have our 400 block in the target for this year. We have a plan in place. I've met with Mark, and he added a few more things. So we will be filling out the T-Mobile Hometown Grant in order to try to help offset that. He had given me some ideas that the park committee came up with. And then in 2026, we will be creating our business incubator space, all the content and what that looks like, so we can maybe have our first tenant, hopefully in 2027 is our goal. And then one of the other things is the CCA, and I would like to ask the commissioners if you could just be completely open and honest with me of what your guys' questions or concerns, because I am putting a presentation to come to you guys with about CCA. And if I don't know what your questions are, I can't do the research up front to find out exactly what is it that you want to know about it, and what I can help answer for you. So, I know what other communities have done. I've reached out to all of them. But if there's anything that you guys want me to include in that to make sure, yeah.
What's the CTA?
Oh, sorry, common consumption area. That's where, yeah.
I hate acronyms, man.
I am so sorry. I live my world in acronyms. Common consumption area. So it's where you can purchase a drink from a local establishment and walk outside their door with it.
Oh, yeah.
And when are you going to question us on that?
So I'm putting together the presentation, and so if you have anything that you would like me to include, like how other cities handle, XYZ problems, or exactly how it works, I just want to make sure that I completely inform you and answer any questions up front during that presentation. So you don't have to answer now. You can send me an email if you would like, or just call me.
Does that require an ordinance then, probably?
Yes.
Well, I might sound like the weird one on this whole deal, but I'm not confident in it pulling it off and everybody being satisfied with it, in that I don't know what's going to happen with minors. Having a business that serves alcohol, it's a challenge enough as it is, much less that, and right now not being able to walk out the door with it. But to being able to walk out the door with it is a challenge. Who's going to have responsibility for that?
Okay, I'm going to write that down.
Who's going to be responsible for minors not consuming alcohol on city property, much less my own property? We got a problem right now
Uh-huh.
with people showing up with alcohol already in their hand. And we have posted in multiple places, no outside drink or food.
Correct.
But it's a challenge every Friday and Saturday night to where it becomes confrontational on bringing alcohol into the business, much less exiting.
Right, so,
We're going to have to spend tens of thousands of dollars on security and more security to control those problems.
no, you shouldn't, because you're already only selling you're only selling alcohol to those of 21 years of age. Your bartenders are already carding them, right? So
We spend a
that's,
lot of money on machines that.
yep, so that's not an issue, right? Like, you're already
No,
not
it's still
selling
an
to
issue.
minors.
It's still an issue. Because someone comes in, oh, I'm 24 years old. No, you're not 24 years. This card says it's not you, okay? And now we got a problem. So our instruction to my staff is call his people. Because they're not trained to how to do that.
Right. And then,
We don't not use the word bouncer.
okay.
Our people are told to never touch anyone for any reason.
Right, because of liability. I get that. Yeah, so using a fake ID for common consumption area would be the same as if they were using their fake ID to order a beer from your bar. And it's not common consumption area is not going to change that problem for you. It's not going to increase it or decrease it, in my opinion.
I can't believe that it won't increase the problem.
You guys can shut off CCA, say it ends at 10 p.m. And then, because college kids don't even go out until 10 p.m. or 11. So then we don't have to worry about that after 10 p.m.
But you want people out wandering the streets with drinks at 10 p.m.?
Well, so they have it in Emporia, Kansas, which is a college town. They also have it in Hayes, Kansas, which is also a college town. And they've had zero issues.
Okay. I got issues every week.
Well, I'm not saying that they don't have issues with their college kids. My daughter is a college kid, so I hear all the stories.
As long as they're not 21, there can be, even if they are 21, they can be a problem.
I was a rowdy college kid once too. I know.
I wasn't.
Okay.
But I will ask Emporia and Hayes. I will reach out to both of them. They have colleges that approximately the same
My
size.
question is, who's going to have responsibility for people? See, we got that large green area
Mm-hmm.
behind Mueller's, okay? So to me, that would be a prime place to be sitting out there on a blanket, and having a beer, bottle of something, whatever. It already is, okay? Because I pick up all the trash in the morning.
Right, but wouldn't you rather have that beer be from Mueller's instead of their
Not
own?
necessarily. Not necessarily.
I would be interested in, you mentioned the hours. I would be interested in knowing the hours that the ordinances in like cities in.
Okay, yeah, there's multiple things that you can do.
We do it in downtown Kansas City all the time.
That's correct.
All right, any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. If not, good job. You said 39 additional members this year.
Correct.
That's wonderful.
And as of today, which is January 20th, on our renewals for 2026, we're already sitting at 128 renewals, I think, with 7 new members already.
Okay.
So
When you say
Fantastic.
full-time staff, how many is that? How many staff?
I have 4 full-time staff.
Plus you?
I'm included in that 4. And then I have 2 college kids that work the gift shop within their time constraints of their school.
Good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Lord. Thank you. All right. Travis,
Good evening.
good evening.
Glad to be here. I think you've got in your packet a few reports here, I think November month, December month, and also our last quarter of last year. So if you have any questions about that, I'd be glad to answer them for you. I didn't include the few events we had in December, and so I'll do that now. We had Union State Bank had a Christmas party. You guys had a Christmas party. And then we have I'm sorry, am I hearing something? Okay, I got you. And then we have a church that rents us on Tuesday nights and has church service in there as well. So it's kind of a slow month. It's what's not typical for December, but we had one of our big Christmas parties that does every other year, and this was the off year for that one. And another one moved into January, so it worked out in the long run, but the month itself was kind of not as profitable as it could be.
That it was profitable.
It was, December, I was behind the ball. The fourth quarter looks good, but December, if you look December, I was $2,800 in the red.
But the quarter was about.
But the quarter was good. We brought it together in the quarter. Yeah. Long ball, right, Coach?
What?
I said long ball, right? Yeah.
All right. Very good. Anyone have any questions?
How about the Fox Theater itself?
Yeah, it's...
I always worry a little bit.
Yeah, it's understandable, and it's funny because it ebbs and flows. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you take the attendance on December from 2023, we were about 1,800 total for the month. And then you go 24, we had a great year. We were about 2,800. This year, we're down to about 23. So we're about 500 off, less than the year prior. The year prior, 24, was the best Christmas we'd had since we'd opened. So that kind of shows you we bumped up, and even at 23, we're better than 17 2 years prior to that. So we're holding our own. And the trick there is for us driving our per hour costs down. So I have to work on my salaried individual to kind of hold those part-time costs down, letting them go when we're slow, calling in floats for just a couple of hours instead of a full shift, that kind of a thing. Just kind of creative with our staffing, and that's our biggest push. So.
Because in my mind, the Fox Theater's one of the more necessary businesses in our community.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not necessarily its profitability, but its existence.
And I agree. When we opened that, and even when I approached the council years ago, that was working to be and still is an economic driver, a cornerstone to our downtown commercial street district. So we'd had something that was open past 5 o'clock and something for families to go and do, not just in Atchison, but outside the area as well. And it's been that. So we're pretty proud of it, and we're still cooking and cranking. I think we're doing all right.
How many employees do you have?
I have one full-time salaried individual. He's supported by our staff, so the bookkeeping, office managing, and administration comes from our side of it, so you'd call that part-time. It would break out into that. And then he has anywhere from summertime, we'll have 15 part-time kids to right now about 8.
Okay.
And then we've got seasonal help that comes back for the summer because we're open 10 hours a day sometimes we'll be open 7 days a week. Typically, it's just the 5, Wednesday through Sunday.
Well, thank you for bringing back Zootopia.
Hey, you're
My daughter
welcome.
and I were one of the...
And it did well, too. I was pleased. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it again next weekend, so I got 2 matinees, Saturday and Sunday matinees. So if you
Okay.
need to come and see Zootopia.
Fantastic.
And Hamnet, which just won the Golden Globe,
Yes.
Best Picture, and we're getting that one. And that'll be a 1-week showing, so come check that
Tickets
out.
for Friday night, so.
Awesome. I talked to my booking agent today. He said, you are going to love this film. He said that the actress, she just put her name on the trophy, is what he said. Just put her name on the trophy. So, good recommendation.
All right, excellent. All right,
Good.
thank you. Any other sorry, Chuck. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
I know, come on. Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. All right, at this time, City Manager update by Mr. McNamee.
I just had one item that I thought might be a good thing to talk about. So I believe it'd be next month's billing for our utility customers, specifically those that have the solid waste fees, trash and recycling. There will be additional fees than what they've been seeing. Basically amounts to $4 for regular customers increase, $2 for senior citizen increases. And it relates to the implementation of tipping fees at the county's transfer station. And some of you might have saw a Facebook post. There's a lot of maybe confusion that's out there.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd take a moment just to kind of see if I could clarify some of that.
Please.
So the city's trash and recycling collection is what we call an enterprise fund. So it's paid for by fees assessed to the customers and not by property taxes and things like street maintenance or parks maintenance might be. That's one thing. The county is a separate entity from the city. They operate the landfill and transfer station, and they hire a company, they contract with a company that hauls the trash and recycling that is brought to that location, most of it. There's some stuff that they bury on site, but the household garbage and recycling is tipped by a truck. So it's not literally tipping like you would tip the personnel out there. It's tipped by a truck onto the floor of the transfer station, pushed into a trailer. The trailers are taken on a rotation by another company and hauled off to a permanent, either a recycling facility or a permanent landfill where it's buried. Kind of historically, the city had always charged monthly rates, and then with the old 1% solid waste and joint communication sales tax, and in the mid-2010s, I'll say around 2015, I think it was, the city used its apportionment of that to fully fund solid waste collections. So that disappeared from your trash bills. And then, I don't know, was it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, the county put out the ballot question of repealing the 1% that had the apportionments, re-implementing a 3/4 cent sales tax for joint communications and solid waste, and there was no apportionments. And that measure passed. And so when that passed, the city had to re-implement fees again because there was no other way to pay for the trash collection service. And since that time, it's been communicated to us that or at least it's apparent that the 3/4 cent sales tax is not fully funding that operation. So the county has had to re-implement the tipping fees. And those, they're a little about $50 per ton to the city and for trash, and I think it's over $100 per ton for recycling. And the Facebook post did not suggest that everyone produces a ton of trash a month or whatever it was. The city, the households as a whole produce between 3,000 to 3,500 tons of waste, trash and recycling combined together. And when you average that out, it's just under a ton per household in a year. So it's not a ton per month, it's more like almost a ton per year. And you do all the math and you figure this out and it comes up to this. It's actually over $4 per month per household. And it is per household, which is different than population. So it's not $4 per capita, it's $4 per household. So that was another distinction I wanted to clear up. But yeah, if there's any questions on that, I think I tried to cover most of the questions I was seeing coming from folks on the Facebook post.
Commissioners, do we have any questions?
What'd you say, how many tons is that a year we?
The peak, I think, that we saw was close to 3,500, but I'd say it probably averages something a little less than that.
3,500 per what?
That's for trash, and then the recycling's, I forget the tonnage on recycling. It's much, much less. 400 tons was a peak year.
I'm sorry, I'm getting something there. 400 tons for the whole year and 3,500
3,500 tons of trash.
per month?
Right, so trash is regular, just regular trash
Per month though, or what?
per year,
Per year?
and 400 tons of recyclables
Okay.
in a year. And if you add those fees up, so yeah, it's $50.17 per ton is what the city's getting charged to tip or dump. It's just dumping fee is probably a more descriptive term for it, but they call it a tipping fee. And $103 per ton for recycling. Yeah, and if you add those up, it's almost 220,000 maybe. Can't do the math in my head that quick, but. And so, yeah, so it's just a math problem. It's 200 and some thousand divided by 12 months, divided by how many households there are, and it comes up with a number that's in the high fours, almost $5 per household per month.
So if you take trash out there now, they're gonna charge you $150 a ton for trash?
I don't know if they're charging tipping fees for the individual person or if it's just the major haulers. And even if they did go back to kind of rules from previous years, there was I think it was 2,000 pounds you could dump without getting charged a tipping.
About a ton per month, I think.
Well, there's a meeting in that committee in early February, and there's a change in the management of the dump, as there is in other positions in the county. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this out of my craw, but just as a cautionary tale to all of us, and when we vote on anything, I still feel that whole tax thing was sold to us, was a bunch of BS. It was sold on the pretext that it's going to reduce your taxes, which it did, 1/4 cent, whatever that adds up into a year. But those that lived in the city were then charged $19 a month for their trash, which they weren't paying for previously. Also, as a part of that vote, was that there would be no tipping fees. And now here we are, just a couple years into it, and we're already back to tipping fees. So not only did the city lose out on the income that they were generating from that tax, the citizens lost out, and now they're losing out again with this additional fee. Although I'm very complimentary of the trash service that we have within the city. But it's not, the fault doesn't lie here, I don't think. It falls with those who chose to vote in the way they voted.
All right. Any further statements? Okay. All right. Is that it?
We have other people in the gallery.
Yes.
Land bank.
Land bank.
Land
bank. Yeah, we're not done. We're not done quite yet. All right. Anything else, Mr. McNamee? Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Governing body comments. Commissioner Greenlee. Okay. All right. Vice Mayor Wilcox.
Well, I'm glad you got out of your job with doing and Captain David now has it. So, good job, huh?
All right. Very good. All right. Commissioner Murphy.
I have nothing.
Okay. All right. Commissioner Slattery.
I'm good.
All right, and that just leaves me, and I would just say I hope everyone had a wonderful Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which it's annually a day on, not a day off, to do something for your community, for your neighborhood, for humanity, and of course, Dr. King was also very much known for agape love, which transcends family. It is humanity, and we are all stronger with that focus.
They had a wonderful show on TV on Martin. It was a wonderful show about everything he did. It was unbelievably good show.
Yeah.
Had a lot of current, or not current, but films from the times and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty impressive.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, with that, God bless you, Reagan. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn to Land Bank.
Moved.
We need to do
It's
an
been-
adjournment first.
Okay.
Then we go.
Oh,
into
sorry.
Land
Okay, I move, is
I'll
there?
move we adjourn.
Okay, it's been moved that we adjourn. Is there a second? Second. Second. All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same side. Motion carries. All right, and now a move to, do we need to move to go into Land Bank?
He's shutting it off, yeah.
Okay, all right. Commissioner Greeley, were you moving to adjourn to Land Bank? Yeah. Okay, all right, it's been moved that we go into Land Bank. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, it's been moved and seconded that we move now into Land Bank. All those in favor, please state by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we are in Land Bank, and is it Mr. McNamee or Mr.